Hello and welcome to Sideshow Live. We have a great show for you today. We're coming to you live from Sideshow HQ as always, but we're going to be teasing the Jason premium format figure. We have a Court of the Dead live demo and special Court of the Dead news. Our Kickstarter launched on Monday, so get excited about that. It's going to be a video game. We have an unboxing of the McQuarrie Stormtrooper from our McQuarrie statue collection. And, as always, since we're unboxing it, we will also be giving it away. That's right, go to sideshow.com/live contest and enter for your chance to win the McQuarrie Stormtrooper statue. It's gorgeous. You're gonna see it live later, but just so you know, it's an amazing statue. I'm highly impressed with how this turned out. At the end of the show, of course, speaking of winners, we will be announcing the Aquaman winner from last week's live stream. So, with that, we also have to tell you that a lot of us are in New York this week for New York Comic-Con, and we have an awesome booth showing you so many brand new things once again that we have never shown you before. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of the rundown of what we have at our booth in NYCC. We have the Rey and BB-8 premium format figure. We have the Jyn Erso premium format figure. We have the TIE pilot from Rogue One, a Star Wars story, in person for the first time. We have Bane painted in person for the first time. We have a Vader life-size bust contest going on, so check that out. We have our very own Daredevil 6-scale figure. We have Venom. We have Carnage. We have the Court of the Dead video game I just talked about being able to play at our booth. You can demo it live in NYCC. We have a Kier cosplayer who's going to be there on Friday. And on October 3rd, we have a NOSCO Foundation auction happening. That was 2 days ago. So that is happening now. If you want to talk about our auctions, our figures, anything you want, New York, how much you love it, you're going to want to talk to Barbara in the chat channels. She is a big fan of Lebanon bologna and forging her own rings. So those are a lot of interesting hobbies there, Barbara. So say hello to Barbara. We are going to get right into the show, though. So when we come back, we will have the Jason premium format figure live right here with me. He's pretty scary. I might need some protection. So call Barbara, make sure that I'm okay. Yeah? All right, so we have a video to show you. We will be right back after the break. Thank you so much for watching Sideshow Live. See you in a sec. Welcome back to Sideshow Live. You just watched the Jason teaser video. It's super exciting and a great way to introduce this guy that we have right here. I'm a little creeped out by him, but it is Halloween season after all. It's officially October, and this is our Jason premium format figure. He is inspired by Friday the 13th, Part 3. This cold-blooded killer of Crystal Lake is on the loose once again in your collection. Right? So he's wearing his signature hockey mask. P.S. Jason 3 is the first time he puts on the hockey mask, by the way, for you trivia buffs out there. He's hunched over and holding his blood-soaked machete, and he lurches over his base that is decorated with effigies of his most recent victims hidden among gnarled branches. This is available only as part of the Sideshow exclusive edition. Wow, that's pretty... Woo. Available only as part of the Sideshow exclusive edition, there is an additional swap-out portrait, which is unmasked, and it's his deformed face. And then he also has a swap-out arm that has his harpoon gun, which he kills someone with right before he puts on his iconic mask. So it's a really nice nod to you true Friday the 13th fans out there. So this is a definitive tribute to our Jason as a horror icon, and he is a premium format figure. So some stats about Jason. He is 22.5 inches tall, he is 12 inches wide, he's 13 inches long, and he weighs about 18 pounds. Jason is available for pre-order now, so if you go to sideshow.com/JasonPF, that is sideshow.com/JasonPF, you can pre-order him, add him to your collection. You're gonna want him, especially for Halloween. He looks amazing and terrifying at the same time. So, we have a treat for you. Coming up next is our Court of the Dead demo. We will be showing you a little bit about our Court of the Dead video game and have a little video break. So when we come back, Court of the Dead, all the things. So let's check that out, and I'll see you as soon as we come back. You're watching Sideshow Live. All right, welcome back. You guys have all heard of Court of the Dead by now. We love Court of the Dead here. It's Halloween season, it's spooky, so we are courting it up in the offices right now, starting with our first Kickstarter. It launched 2 days ago. It is for the Court of the Dead Underworld Rising. It is a video game that we are hoping to make with Court of the Dead characters. I could explain it to you, but I think this video is going to do a much better job than I could, so take a look.
What began as an idea, translated into statues, is ready to take the next evolution. We present to you Court of the Dead Underworld Rising, Sideshow's first video game.
So once one comes into the underworld, one of the first challenges you must face is to sort of find yourself, define yourself, and from there, live your afterlife.
At the heart of it, Court of the Dead's Underworld Rising is a collectible RPG. Players will be able to begin their journey as a mourner by choosing between one of 3 factions of the underworld. Then, within that faction, they have the chance to create a unique character look from top to bottom. Each of the factions contain unique abilities and perks that the player can take advantage of. For example, the Bone faction casts osteomancy magic, the Spirit faction harnesses spirit mandering, and the Flesh faction uses necromancy. When you're first creating your unique build, you'll essentially start with basic weapons and armors that help you get going on your journey through the underworld, and then you're going to collect items to grow your strength and power as you go. You'll be battling enemies of all sorts in our unique take on a turn-based and tactics-inspired battle system. We're also going to be implementing PvP gameplay where players can compete against others from all around the world. Eventually, we're also planning on bringing in organized tournaments where mourners will be able to win rare prizes to show off against other players. So if you are as excited as we are about Underworld Rising, then consider donating to the Kickstarter. We're rewarding funders with some amazing prizes, including exclusive DLC that you're not going to want to miss out on.
And Court of the Dead is designed to be a property that really examines that darker lens of where heroism can and cannot go. This is a place where you can experience the story and the world as a player and live a life of fantastic reality in a place that you might not have expected to find it.
Well, that was really awesome, right? So I'm pretty excited to see everything that's going to be happening with the Court of the Dead video game. And if you would like to back us, we have some amazing backer rewards with like a whole lot of tiers. So go ahead and go to sideshow.com/underworldrising to donate to our Kickstarter campaign. Yeah. That's pretty awesome. So we're going to get into the unboxing now. We have the Ralph McQuarrie Stormtrooper statue right here. That's right. Boom. He's right here. So right now I'm going to need floating hands to come help me get us started. And let's do this. There we go. And in case you were wondering, this is live. Oh. That just happened. So as always, when you take the foam out, the Sideshow logo should be on the top. And we are just going to cut right into this baby. It has a panel, and apparently a lot of you are confused by panels, so we're going to just open it up right now and see what's behind it. Ooh, it's his hand and his shield. So I have my trusty collector care kit here to help me out in unboxing this bad boy. How many of you collect Ralph McQuarrie art? He did a lot of the concept art for the original Star Wars trilogy and was actually like on board a lot of times before the scripts were even written. So that's kind of cool. So it was like visually done by him first. And he even did it back before there was like a Luke and a Vader had their full character names. Boom. Ooh, let's not crush that. All right. So this has a lot of different parts. This is part of our artist concept series. Base. We love bases. I actually think this base goes this way because the footprint works that way, not the other way. Ooh, Stormtrooper Head. We're just gonna get all of his pieces out. And okay. Oh, I was wrong. This goes the other way than I expected it to go. There we go. Let's put his head on before this starts to get weird. And this hand goes here. There's also another swap out head with a different helmet. So you guys can see that right there. Another swap out hand if you want him to have a pistol on this side instead of a lightsaber. So those are some other options for you to display your McQuarrie Stormtrooper. And so let's just get this. And there you go. So, oh my God, I love this piece. It's so stunning. It's so perfect. So, he is a 5th scale statue. This soldier of the Empire is depicted patrolling a corridor of the Death Star. This is what McQuarrie's early incarnations of the Stormtrooper look like. He comes with display options, which I showed you. And he is fitted with 2 distinct helmets, lightsaber or blaster, and they resemble more of the fighter pilot gear in the final costumes on screen. So some of his stats are: he is 18.5 inches tall, 9.5 inches wide, 10.5 inches wide with the lightsaber, 10 inches long, 14.25 inches long with the lightsaber. He weighs about 10 pounds. And if you haven't gathered already, this is the exclusive version. So there's only 750 of him ever made. And if you want to learn more about him, you're going to go to sideshow.com/Stormtrooper statue. Or if you want to enter for a chance to win one, like you can in every live stream, we will be giving away this one right here. Go to sideshow.com/live contest and enter for your chance to win this Ralph McQuarrie Stormtrooper statue. We'll be showing you more of the Ralph McQuarrie line when we get back from the break, but first we have a little Star Wars video to show you. You are watching Sideshow Live. We will be right back. We are back. Welcome back. This is the entire Ralph McQuarrie statue collection. About the helmet, I fixed it during the break. Sorry, it's a little confusing. And you know what? The Stormtrooper looked confused as well, so I fixed him. He now has more of a powerful stance, and I gave him his blaster as to not, detract from this epic Darth Vader Ralph McQuarrie statue in the center with his lightsaber. So from my right, your left, we're starting with the Boba Fett from the Ralph McQuarrie collection. This is one of the first characters designed for The Empire Strikes Back. Boba Fett was originally supposed to be a super trooper with a striking aesthetic, primarily inspired by Darth Vader and the Stormtroopers kind of combining. But as Ralph McQuarrie worked alongside Joe Johnston, the character kind of evolved into the ruthless Mandalorian bounty hunter that we know and love him to be. He is 18.5 inches tall, 12 inches wide, 11 inches long, weighs 10 pounds, and he's expected to ship between October and December of this year. So if you would like to get him before he ships, he also would make a great Christmas present for any Darth Vader fans. The holidays are coming up. You guys need to start thinking about that. Go to sideshow.com/Boba statue, and that's Boba Fett right here. I already gave you some stats on the Stormtrooper, so if you are confused and not watching this live, you can just rewind and be like, oh, okay, that's all that stuff about the Stormtroopers. So let's get to Darth Vader in the middle. Oh my gosh, he's so gorgeous. He's even better looking in person than you can possibly imagine. But just so you know, what you're viewing here is the prototype. This is not the final shipping sample. These guys are the final shipping products. Vader is not, so he might change slightly. And if you want to learn more about him, go to sideshow.com/Vader statue. He is available for pre-order. That's so amazing. Okay, so while these guys are on the table, I'm going to just quickly announce... No, I'm not. I lied. See, sometimes my notes lie to me. But it says that we have another video break, and then afterwards I will be telling you the winner of the Aquaman premium format figure from last week. So that is coming up. You guys are going to have to wait through one more video for that. So you're watching Sideshow Live. We will be right back. Hi! You guys probably want to know who won the Aquaman from last week. Well, I'm going to tell you. The winner of the Aquaman premium format figure that we gave away last week is Kevin G. Congratulations to Kevin. You are taking home a gorgeous piece of DC collectible goodness. That is our Aquaman premium format figure. That's all that we have for you guys today. So we showed you the Ralph McQuarrie collection, all of it in all of its glory. We are giving away that Stormtrooper. So remember to go to sideshow.com/live contest and you could be the next Kevin G. That rhymes. But yeah, you enter for your chance to win the exact Stormtrooper that we unboxed today on the show. We gave you a sneak peek at the Court of the Dead video game. That's Court of the Dead Underworld Rising. Go to sideshow.com/Underworld Rising and be one of our backers for our Kickstarter campaign. You know you want to. It's a pretty cool club to be in. All the cool kids are doing it, and you should be one of them. And then we also showed you the Jason premium format figure at the beginning of the show. So congratulations to our winner. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will be back next week. That's October 12th at 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time. We will see you in New York, Sideshow fans. What? Anyway, stick around for Video DJ, and we will see you next week. Thank you so much for watching.
Ralph McQuarrie is the unsung hero who inspired the visual style that we've come to know as Star Wars. Before his paintings were published, I don't think many people really understood that there was such a thing as a concept artist.
McQuarrie, I think, in some ways framed everything that's outer space. He gave you a sense of what that technology was.
Seeing how everything was weathered and worn and just gave a tangible sense of realism. Everything he was drawing was out of the world at that time. You know, it was like, wow, man, this is so cool. Like, I want to draw like this.
His drawings tell so much. I mean, even some of the simple, just line drawings that he does, there's so much character and personality in those.
I love conceptual artwork because in many ways, it kind of has a certain freedom of expression about itself. In his case, it felt like they were really exploring how they wanted to visualize their galaxy. And I think that when you're translating things from 2D media to 3D media, our approach here is to be as faithful to what he was reaching to achieve.
Our design process with the 5th scale statues specifically, we try and look at the whole broad scope of all the art that he did and try to find what we thought was the main iconic look to that character. We're looking to start right out the gate with Vader, Boba Fett, and Stormtrooper.
They definitely complement one another and expand on what the sort of empire view of what Ralph McQuarrie envisioned for Star Wars.
You can see that if you were to put Vader in the center, the two on either side, you'd get that sense that they go together.
We try to get the same hues and the tones just to keep true to the artwork. You want it to give it depth and realism. So you want to try to use directional lighting and try to create a highlight or shadows. You know, when you paint that way, it's like, wow, that looks really cool, you know, because you could turn off the light and now it still looks like there's light on it.
For 6th scale, we're starting out with Darth Vader and seeing how the fans react to that. If they respond to it well, awesome. We have Boba Fett and the Stormtrooper.
You can put it into whatever position you want or whatever pose you want. You can try to make the exact scene or the exact piece of art that Ralph did. And you get to be a little more connected to the figure.
When we started out to make the McQuarrie 6th scale Vader, we were faced with which head were we going to go with, because McQuarrie had done 2 rough concept designs, and then we decided that we would use both of them and have switch out heads for the figure.
We took into account the authenticity, but you know, in the same way that Ralph McQuarrie himself was kind of exploring the elasticity of the designs, you know, we're doing the same type of thing, but enhance it and explore the design a little bit further in ways that he maybe was not ever able to fully kind of conceive of.
We're all fans of McQuarrie's artwork, but getting together and finally knowing that we're going to be making a product, it's a big priority on us to get these things done right.
It's great to be able to go back to the original source material and celebrate where it all started. Not just where it ended up being or the super polished version, but what could have been.
I think that what customers can expect from a Sideshow Ralph McQuarrie representation is the manifestation of the original idea.
It was the first week of college, and I was given this assignment to draw something that shows a lot of contrast. I decided to sketch a tree, and I was really getting into giving it that really dark, moody feel and vibe. The light on the tree was just so beautiful. I thought, what if I tried to snap a photo of it and see if I can do what I'm doing with charcoal and paper onto a photograph? With like a week's worth of Photo 101 knowledge, I just started firing away. Used up the entire roll, spent a little time in the darkroom just working with that exposure, and I was finally able to produce a photo that was really similar to looking like what I was trying to draw. That photograph got me so excited that I was able to do this and convey a very similar feeling, and I was able to capture it in like 1/200th of a second. That really opened up my eyes to the magic of light and photography, and I was hooked immediately. I knew the biggest challenge for me to overcome was going to be my extremely shy personality. It kept me from putting myself in those situations where I would actually talk to people and get past that social awkwardness that I had. I knew that in order for me to actually get commissioned for any type of jobs, that I'd have to overcome that. I started off by simply enrolling in the school paper. Taking on the job as a photojournalist gave me that push where I was put out there. I'd go out and shoot street photography, concert photography, and through that I met a lot of new people, made a lot of new friends in this new world, but it opened up my eyes to the possibility that maybe I could do this as a living. The camera served as sort of a sense of security, but after a while you forget that it's about the photography assignment, and you really start getting to know people and hearing about their stories. I was able to actually lose that wall that I had to talk to people and get to know them. I think the job here at Sideshow is the ultimate reward, where I have a career in something that I love to do. The creative freedom that I'm given here with the photography, I'm telling the stories of these characters traveling to new worlds with each photo shoot. It really makes me look back and realize how much I actually have accomplished and how worth it was to push past those obstacles